I tried to make Mantis Blades from Cyberpunk2077, and all things considered, I think they turned out pretty well. And by all things considered, I mean the fact that I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Ever since I started playing Cyberpunk, my favorite thing in the game were the Mantis Blades. I mean, these things were just so sick, and I knew I really wanted to build them. So I built them. The first thing I had to do was 3D modeling the blades to be printed, and I didn't know how to 3D model. So I took about 2 weeks to learn how to do that, and I'm still not super great at it. I'm not very confident in it, but I knew enough to make something that resembled the game well enough. Aside from just the raw printing time, this probably took me the longest to get something solid. I had to keep switching between Fusion 360 and the game to try and get something close to it. It was kind of a hassle. But in the end, I think that I got something close enough to the game that still looks cool, but I should be able to get it working. But after probably 2 weeks of modeling, I threw it in an SD card and I threw it onto my printer. And just like that, I had my first part ready. There wasn't much for me to do in this phase except for wait for everything to be done printing, so that's pretty much what I just did. And this here is what everything looked like, all screwed in together and with the servos in place. Now from there, what I had to do is I had to wire everything together and code it up to see if I could get it moving. I don't have much footage of that, so I just recorded some TikToks and that's all I put on there. And while we're on the topic of code, I'd like to thank my software development team, ChatGPT, for coding the entire thing and making it work very well. Literally, all it does is identify whether the button is pushed down or not pushed down. And if it's not, the servos don't move. And if it is, the servos move. That's literally it. It was at this point that I had something kind of working. It wasn't as fast as I wanted it yet, which I did that on purpose to make sure it would work correctly. But it was at this point I decided, why not post a TikTok, see what the people say, and it did end up getting a few views, which is pretty cool. And there are tons of comments that we will be coming back to. And since we have something that's now kind of working, it's time to paint it, which I don't really have any footage of. The only thing I have is a couple pictures that I sent to my friend and how they turned out in the end, which I think they look pretty good. They especially look good on camera. Now that I had the first one done, I wanted to go ahead and work on the second one, so I sent this absolute monstrosity of a print over to my 3D printer, which took 60 hours to finish. But when it did, I just repeated the process, and I came out with these. And that's pretty much all I did. I think they came out pretty cool looking in the end. They're pretty much done. They're done enough to show. All I need to do is some light cable management and be done. Easily the worst part about it was soldering, because I've never done that before. That was a bitch to do, and I burned myself so many times, but they are done, so... And now that they are done, I decided to upload another TikTok about them, which got another 100,000 views, which is pretty cool to see. And now, for my favorite part, the TikTok comment section. Let's really just open it up and take a look at all the helpful suggestions that the people are going to give me. I'm very excited. So, A. Dan says, low-key useful for grabbing items off the shelf you can't reach. Okay, this will be our shelf. I have them on. I can't reach. Well, yeah, sure. Now, that obviously proves that the Mantis Blades have nearly unlimited practical applications, so let's keep looking and see what else we can find. I don't think these are gonna kill anyone, not gonna lie. Well, Akne's Jockjuna89, that is shockingly not the point of 3D printing Mantis Blades, I'm sorry to say. Good luck making it able to cut good and kill good. You won't. What is it with you people and homicide, okay? That wasn't my goal. Well, then it's useless. And the time you're spending is useless. The money you're spending. Useless! All for what? To build something so you can say you've done something? Shaking my head. This deeply philosophical comment made me rethink my entire thought process. Why was I building Mantis Blades? Doing all this work for what end? Just to have something cool? Was it a learning experience? Why did I do it? It's truly useless. I could have been doing something else with my time. I could have been having fun, finding love, or working a job. Maybe all of my effort truly is meaningless. Try using a pneumatic and not making the extender so long. Everyone does that and it looks horrible. So far, love it. You could even add more supports if you made it shorter. Pneumatics. I I I don't even know what to say to this one. If you are made them metal, I'll going to buy it. Contact me after you done. No. Can you actually stab and slice with it, or does it just go back down? Again, with the murder and the cutting and the stabbing, that's not what I wanted to do. If I wanted to do that, then I wouldn't have made it out of plastic. I would have made it metal, okay? Anyway, that's enough comments. If you want to make this yourself for whatever reason, the STLs will be in my Discord in the comments. I had fun making it. This was more of a learning thing than anything. It's not really that complicated or hard to make. Um, I'm open to doing this again. I don't know if I really want to keep doing this, but if I get a good suggestion, then I'll make something else. So maybe monowire, maybe something cyberpunk related. I don't know. I'm open to whatever. This is my first time ever doing anything YouTube related, so this video isn't really edited all that well because I was trying to learn how to do it while making it at the same time, so it's probably not as good as it could have been, but I'm okay with it for now. If it does decent, like maybe a couple hundred views, I'll consider doing it more. It depends how many people see it and if it's received well or not, but whatever. If I do decide to do it again, I will definitely need to get more footage because I did not have a ton to work with here. I didn't film very much of the process, which I really wish I did because the 3D modeling and the printing, there was a lot more to show there and more of the process in general, but I kind of didn't didn't know that I was going to make it a YouTube video, so and I also don't know how to do outros, so later.